I see the Nissan Z, I'm not gonna lie. Like, comment, subscribe, if you're new to the channel. I'm not gonna lie. I ain't never like a Nissan Z. The engine looks sweet. All my links in the description. The engine looks sweet. But as far as a Nissan Z, I would not get a Nissan Z. If you're new to the channel, like, comment, subscribe. If you're already subscribed, that's love. I'm not gonna lie to you. Appreciate y'all for 155 subscribers. Now, I'm not really too fond of a Nissan Z. I don't know what it is about a Z, but this right here might have got me. I'm not gonna lie. About to get straight into it. You know what I'm saying? I never finished what's this dude's channel name? Adam LZ. I never finished his car collection. It was 3 years ago, but I ain't gonna lie. This is hands down one of my favorite car collections. I just recently found out I have a love of JDM cars and Mustangs. Okay. I don't know which one I love more, JDM cars or Mustangs. Damn. Okay, I'm kind of stuck in between a rock and a hard place. But let's say everybody get into the video. Now, this Nissan Silver. See, a lot of people don't know what this car is. We probably won't even see this car. I might, bro. But this driving on the right side. But this is a Nissan Silver, whatever you want to call it. This right here is different. Like different. Like, what are we looking at? The wheels go crazy. Engine bay crazy.
Next up is a pretty recent addition to the channel. This is my green S15. This car has a pretty weird history. It was allegedly a Fast and Furious car, but then...
Adam. Only of these cars came on like the left side. Oh man, but Japanese, man.
People argue about it, and I guess some dude's girlfriend put it into a tree. I don't know what the accurate story is, but it does have a frame rail underneath it that doesn't look so hot. I don't remember why I got this car. I know it was pretty cheap. I think it was because I wanted another SR drift car. SR I refer to as the God's motor, one of the greatest engines of all time. Maybe not on paper, maybe not on dynos, but in my heart, it will always be
all
that
that matters, bro.
And I wanted to have an
Check
S15 because S15s are cool.
S15.
My other one was like a full...
I thought it was just Sylvia, whatever you want to call it. S15, that's what you're going to call it, S15. Now, this right here, man, this...
Full FD competition car.
This is crazy.
Which is cool,
Pop that
but
hood,
also
man.
a lot of money
Pop
to
that
drive
hood.
and run and do all that stuff. I also missed building cars a lot, and maybe that's what it was, because I...
Is that a Skyline next to it, bro? Is that a Skyline right there, bro?
Knew that I had the confidence to do SR
My bad, I'm
myself.
peeking. I'm peeking, my bad.
Being a YouTuber and not having any time to do anything ever, there were
you see that
some rushing moments going on that resulted in a lot of dumb issues that could have been avoided, like something getting dropped in the intake manifold and cooking my original forged motor that was in this thing. But it's good now. She's slapped together. This thing makes like 500 wheel, G25 550, very similar setup to the S.
I thought I was going to say more, me personally. 500 to the wheel, that's not bad. That's not bad. That's perfect drift power right there, bro. I feel like anything, you know what? Scratch that. You see that turbo right there? Bro, that is a thick turbo. I just want to slap it. Bro. See the intake manifold. See the intake. See the belt. See the oil gas can thing. Whatchamajig.
13 in the sense of
I got a general idea what I'm looking at.
This one is on a standalone. It does have an RTEC manifold, which is really cool. We've got a lot of RTEC manifolds in stock at Drift HQ. It's actually a stainless cast manifold that's really well designed to be easy to install, easy to run lines, and they sound great. This thing's got a nice little rumble to it. And this is a notch top, so we've got VCT, so I feel like it does have quite a bit of a fatter mid-range than my other car. But a lot of the things that I did with this were from learning with my Cream S13 and just implementing a lot of the trials and tribulations and issues that I had, and this car has been great. It's a FDF angle kit in the front. The rear has stock knuckles, I'm pretty sure, still.
Stock knuckles.
Dual caliper. And like I said, I wanted to work on a car, and I put a lot of time into this car myself, which is hard for me to find the time to do nowadays.
I was trying to look at that Nissan Skyline over there. I ain't gonna lie, but what is a stock knuckle on, bro? Get on with it.
I started this channel, and I started out loving working on cars, and I still love working on cars, but it's hard to find time to do that all the time. This is like the, I would say, LZ spec of interior, because I always hate gutting interior out of cars. Usually the weight doesn't make a difference, so like people ruin their cars and make them not fun to drive. This might have actually been built for a drift week car. That might have actually been the reason. But then I didn't end up doing that drift week.
No, it's crazy. They make everything a sport. Like, drifting is really a real deal car sport. Like, if y'all go look at it, it's a real deal sport game. Like, I don't know how these boys drift, how they drift and spin the wheel and do all that. I'm not gonna lie, hats off to them. I ain't gonna lie. Drifting takes real skill, and to Dang, I just stuttered. And to do it correctly, oh man, it's different.
But then I used it for another drift week. Anyway, it's got pretty much full interior. Still got carpet, sound deadening as much as I can have in it. And then the doors are just cut on the bottom to make room for my custom cage that still allows interior, still has the rear seats in it. I think it's a pretty cool balance. For the time that this car got turned around and like Ray absolutely knocked it out of the park with the quality of paint on this thing, it's hard to see because it's dirty. All the cars have been outside for the Invitational. But the problem with this car, I love it. And I used my Vertex Edge wide body. Yeah, don't mind that. Yeah, that sucks. This, gotta get that taken care of. If you're a frame guy or you got the frame pulling thing and you're in Orlando, we could use one of those. We could, for many cars, not that many cars, like 2 cars could use that. So help us out. Probably my least favorite thing about this car, both when I had it on my FD car and on this, the Vertex Edge wide body is only like 20 mil wider in the rear, and it's so hard to put a good wheel and good tire on it. So like these were my old wheels that I ran on the FD car, and this is like a plus.
I'm not gonna lie, the fitment, the wheels look good, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. Probably because we won't see it, because you know what I'm saying. But when you have something of your own, you'll notice things other people won't. But from what I'm looking at, these wheels and the fitment fits good, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. Don't worry too much about it.
35, 9.5 for the 265, and I can't run any wider. When I had this car on my work Meisters with like maybe like 3 degrees of camber in the...
Damn, this junk's sitting pretty. Oh, okay. Nah, this is clean, bro. Like, this is overly clean. You won't see these at all, damn near on the road. You don't see these at all. Like, what would you probably see this going out Florida, Miami, LA. So, like, you probably catch them in Houston, Texas, you know. But, like, bro, you won't see these at all, really, bro. At all.
Rear. So good. I loved it. It was my favorite looking car. But I don't like drifting with a lot of camber like that because it wears through tires unevenly. So maybe at some point this car will switch to a different body kit to allow myself to fit a little bit bigger tire. Fondest memory of this car, probably driving up in the Northeast through a snowstorm, not having window defoggers, using my arm to like wipe away so I could see, having snow, trying to cold start, worrying that it wouldn't start in some random Airbnb, and then driving a track in the middle of a snowstorm and hitting rev limiter for hours straight and never overheating. And sitting in a hot tub, drunk in the rain.
Good morning, it's cold outside, so I'm getting ready for a tricky 85 start.
Low angle.
Oh, snap.
I love a nice little flick like that.
Yeah, this is perfect drifting right here. You get an eye point of view of a great drifter. Do your homework. Hear that chop? Sounds nice. Sounds nice. I ain't gonna lie. This is not a Skyline. This is a Skyline? I don't think it's a Skyline. Don't know about cars right now. This might be a Skyline. Yep, it's a Skyline. That engine is crazy. What the fuck? What the hell?
A little bit of regret with this one. This was another big car on my channel. This is my first right-hand drive car. Actually, this might have actually came first after I got back from Japan. I thought it was a good idea to have a seat time right-hand drive. Actually, I might have come before I got my Cresta in Japan because I got it to maybe practice right-hand drive. I don't remember when it came, but I realized that RB, not really the greatest engine for drifting. I got the car and it actually had a blown motor from the dude that I got it from, which sucked. But I made the best of it, learned how to build an RB25 with Kevin Lawrence back in my garage. And then this thing became the white, covered with red stickers, street machine that I drifted, won maybe a couple competitions with, but I loved it way more as a street car. Now, even though looking at it, it doesn't look that crazy, I would say this is the fastest car that I own, maybe not from a dig, but from a roll. This thing makes 820 horsepower or something like that.
Quick.
It's an RB28 bottom end.
Anything over 5,
with
like
a
4,
Neo head with some
50,
big Telford cams in it,
really?
and this thing
Fast.
rips.
Damn,
I
the
think we
300
rev it
horsepower
to
was
like
fast. I'm not
maybe 8,800, maybe
Do your
9,000.
homework, G.
I don't.
You gotta start right here. Just because the engine bay look good. Do your homework. Anything over like 400, damn near like 3, because 300 horsepower is fast in a car. I'm not gonna lie to you. Damn near like 250 horsepower is fast in the car. It really depends on your car. But if we really talking about horsepower, I would say that anything over like 380, 370 run. When you start getting to like high threes, especially dipping into the 400s. But when you get past like 500, 600 horsepower, yeah, you're really pushing some horsepower, gang. I'm not gonna lie, gang. So yeah. And this engine, this Skyline engine looks overly insane. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I think $9,000. But it's got a G35 1050 turbo on it. It spools great. It's got a super fat mid-range, RB26 covers. The engine bay has been painted like 2 or 3 times just because it would get so hot that the paint would yellow. But my fondest memory with this car for sure is either with like Jimmy and the crew up north, or when I dailied this car for like a full year up in Connecticut, back when it was covered with stickers.
Oh shit. Say, do your homework on people that know how to do like BMX tricks. Like, how the fuck do you not do a damn 360 power wheel backflip on a bike? Like, what? Like, what are we talking about now? Like, what? Like, what? Like, chill, bro. Turbo sounds like a diesel, gang. That
I would
sounds
have to bolt check
spicy.
it every morning because it's got GK Tech, full drift kit in the rear
that a
and
Honda?
front, and Honduans get loose in Connecticut shitty roads, so that wasn't necessarily the most fun thing. Or dealing with blown turbo gaskets back when it had a T4 manifold, I had to do that a couple times. But now it's got an Artec cast manifold, which is beautiful, sounds great, and since it's V-band, we don't ever need to worry about blowing turbo gaskets. Another cool feature on this car. You can't get them anymore. I wish you could. HPI made these radiator saver condensers. Pretty much all my cars have AC except for maybe 2 race cars. In Florida, you can't enjoy a car if you don't have AC. So it's got AC. But this is cool because it's just like a factory bolt-on option and it works great. Interior-wise is pretty cool in this car. It's kind of like simple street car mixed with race car, and then recently has some old logo Nismo bits. So this is a Nismo 365A wheel. It's not the B, so this isn't a 400R wheel. But on the back, it has buttons that are actually horn buttons, and they're converted to be rolling anti-lag and two-step. I don't like using two-step because I think it's stupid, just like purple tunes. But I do like using rolling anti-lag.
Need for Speed button makes the car do shit.
But it's got old logo Nismo floor mats, ECU Master digital dash, and ECU Master ECU. This car has a CD transmission with a serial line shifter. It works great, feels great. Still got a rear seat. The setup in the trunk's a bit ugly and a bit archaic. In retrospect, definitely could have done this a little bit cleaner and simpler. But it's got a D-Works external surge tank, 2 D-Works fuel pumps, and then this one has a full custom 3.5-inch vibrant titanium exhaust. One of my favorite sounding cars. I kind of miss the white with red livery, but this was my favorite car to drive. I think still is. It's just comfortable. It's kind of like the Chaser before we put the 2J in the Chaser, where it was like a 4-door car. I could put my friends in it. It was fast. The fact that I could fit I think there's a 275 drag tires on the stock body with the perfect spec TEs. That doesn't even make sense. And this car dead hooked second gear with 800 horsepower. I kind of kept scaling the car up. When it made 600 horsepower and I finally figured out how to put down the grip, I was like, okay, we'll go a little bit bigger turbo. Finally figured out how to make the grip. Okay, we'll go a little bit bigger engine. Or wait, actually it was break my crankshaft on the dyno because of a shitty balancer, and then put a bigger engine in it, and then put more grip in the car. And now you have what it is. The plan was to paint the car. I wanted to paint it a darker color, maybe a gunmetal gray or something. But now after seeing it in green, I kind of miss it being a lighter color. So maybe it'll get a full paint job. Now that we've got Ray on our team, I know that he can knock it out of the park. Look at what he did with this thing. Let me know in the comments what color you'd like to see this thing. I was thinking maybe doing it a Millennium Jade, just kind of played out, or doing a, I also thought about buying an Autech R32 sedan and then just transferring everything over, but then I kind of lose the charisma of the car, but it's also not the cleanest R32 and it's kind of rusty, and kind of wish I started off with a cleaner car. One thing that I learned with a lot of these cars, and a lot of the new cars that you'll see coming over, I used to just buy the cheapest iteration of a car, because oh, it's a good deal, and then I end up putting a lot of money into it, and then I'm left with a really nice car, but the bones I just know didn't really start nice. Like maybe there's a little bit of rust, or maybe like this was messed with, or the wiring harness is messed with.
Yeah.
So just like the Corvette, which started off as a 30,000 mile one owner car, all the future builds, I'm just trying to start with the cleanest iteration of a car I can possible, because these cars, like I said, they kind of tell the story of my automotive journey. I know 99% of them I'm probably going to end up keeping forever, and I'd rather start with a cherry than put lipstick on a pig.
I ain't never heard of that one. Start with a cherry and put lipstick on a pig. All right. That don't sound nice, I'm not gonna lie. I kind of blanked out for a
Speaking of
second.
buying the cheapest iterations of a car and then essentially doing full restorations on them, welcome to my CRX.
I'm not really too fond of this right here. I'm going to skip past this. I'm sorry, chat, if y'all want to see this car, but I'm not watching this car. Not really too fond of it. I'd rather get on this Mitsubishi though.
It look like a normal Evo 5 on the outside, but underneath it's got full chromoly race fab arms. It's got a built motor from MA Performance. Interior wise is pretty
this
stock.
man
other
has
than
like the latest JDM collection ever, bro. Like this is the latest JDM.
the
This
steering
is like
wheel,
JDM.
but it does have endless brakes.
JDM
and usually
freaking,
I'll have
I don't
slicks
even
on
know.
this thing.
JDM Mayhem, bro.
The hood cable, I think. Hold on. I actually took this thing to Grid Life and was pretty competitive with it, but I had to put these stupid tall tires on it, and they wore through the harness and they wore through the hood prop cable, so I got to fix that. This is not a pretty car. This was like kind of like a Connecticut build, and then it blew up.
What happened?
So, oh boy. We're doing camera, of course.
And then Justin over at Morfab helped me put it back together. And, you know, it's modest. It has a G25 660 stuffed into like a stock rear section, so it's still kind of like a stock Evo turbo placement on a standalone, on ethanol. It has a built trans in it, but it still grinds. I need to talk to Shep about that and put a new trans in, and then fifth gear still grinds, and I don't like that. That's my least favorite thing about this car, actually. That and the LSD in the front. It's got a 1.5 way Cusco
The
front
engine
diff,
looks
which
good.
is like what you
Like
need to put in these things.
the engine bays in this car and these cars are looking like a lot of money is put in these cars. I'm not gonna lie.
Power and also be able to
Which
steer.
I possibly think has.
Maybe it's one way. I don't remember which one it is. But it clunks all the time, and people always think it's because I got like bad axles or something. But that's just normal with these. And I kind of wish that I like turned this thing a little bit more into like a stock car. This wasn't the cleanest Evo. I actually got this thing to be like a winter Thrasher, and then I wound up falling in love with it and being like, oh my god, all-wheel drive is the best thing ever. I drove it and then like learned how to drive it, and I was like, wow, why have I not had an all-wheel drive car sooner? So at some point, I would like to do a restoration on this car, being my first Evo and all the memories that I've had with this car. But for now, it is still kind of like the present day track Evo until I have time to build the next one. The fondest memory I have with this car, I'd say for sure, just feeling like I was living in like real life Initial D. When I had this thing up in Connecticut, I've ripped this thing on the back roads. A little bit raspy, but it's good.
That thing sounds crazy.
It almost kind of sounds like a Honda in a way.
It does sound like a Honda.
But the way that this 9 delivers power for coming out of corners is...
Aren't these
late at
all-wheel
night,
drive?
I literally listened to like Eurobeat, and one time I even put on racing gloves when I was driving on the street. Real tacky, I know, but there are some big smiles, a lot of special memories made in this thing. A lot of friends made, a lot of memories. I even drove this thing one time when I first got it from Florida all the way up to Connecticut. I think you'll be able to see the upskirt from back here, but it's kind of tough with the carbon diffuser that I have. But the rear end looks crazy with all the chromoly arms and everything. See if you can stick it through the hole. With the titanium exhaust and everything, yeah, it's hard to see, but it's up there. Morfab did the titanium exhaust on this. Again, vibrant titanium, and it came out sick. He smashed it out of the park.
Okay. You hear it, man. It sounds like a Honda a little bit. I can see why you say that. It sounds more like a... I don't know. I can see why you say it sounds like a Honda, though. That don't sound crazy. That don't sound crazy. I ain't gonna lie. see what the time at, G. I'm gonna call it right here. If y'all want to see the rest of this video, just let me know. We got like this car, this is Mitsubishi right here. We got like 2 more, so 3 more cars in total. I'm about to get up out of here. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Like, comment, subscribe. You know what I'm saying? Safe. Y'all be easy, man. I'm gonna get at y'all next video. Safety.